All right, guys, we got Black Americans praise Speed for his African tour, guys. Look, man, almost to 98 thou wow, y'all. Almost to 98 thou wow. So if y'all new here, hit that sub button. Go ahead and smash that like if you're new. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right into this, y'all. Let's check it out.
Africa welcomes back Black Americans.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's correct.
It's not just during the party season. It's not just during Dutty December and things like that. It's year round, but especially during that time. You know what I mean? I remember when Ghana really opened their doors and made it known, like, yo, we want y'all to be here for New Year's. You know what I mean? And that was what,
I
seven,
need to
eight
go.
years
I
ago
need
when
to go
that
check
really
out
started
Ghana,
to take
y'all.
hold? Maybe more than that. This is what, 2026 or 2017, 2018? It may be before that. But it was those type of examples that started this. But now as it continues to matriculate throughout, our own people, our own culture and things like that here in the States, and they're seeing people like I Show Speed. I remember Kasana, he went back home to Nigeria a couple years ago. You know what I mean? But it wasn't the same effect because I think I Show Speed is going to different countries. He's engaging on a different level, you know what I mean, than somebody else was. You know what I mean? But I got to salute because honestly, I'm showing my old man age, and I never got why he was so. I was talking to the kids tonight before we came here, so I was talking to my daughter and her younger brothers and sisters. I was like, y'all, what y'all know about I Show Speed? And they were like, he's cool.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I love this is the fact that
He's
he's
cool.
encouraging more Black Americans to visit the continent of Africa, and he is dispelling the propaganda, which I really feel like a lot of us should have done our own research to make sure that we weren't being lied to about the continent. But I also know how powerful American propaganda is. So if you research a country and you feel safe enough to go, please go. You will not be treated like an outsider.
That's
You will
true,
feel
bruh.
so.
That is very true. U.S. propaganda is so strong, bruh. And I see a lot of y'all's comments like, yo, Americans are so ignorant and this and that. Like, yes, we could have did our own research. Yes, a lot of us do our own research. Even though I reacted to essay stuff, like I was familiar, I was still scared, y'all. Like I still canceled my flight and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot. You feel me? Because we've been growing up just told this, and that our whole life. So it's like, it's strong, y'all. It's strong. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up being told Africa is this, and that. And even if you do your own research, me, for example, like I did my own research. I was familiar with South Africa. I was familiar with the people, you know what I'm saying? But I was still nervous and scared. Scared enough to cancel my flight. You feel me? So I couldn't imagine someone who just doing a little bit of research, you know what I'm saying? Not really knowing the people and take that leap of faith to like it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot, man.
Comfortable wherever you are. I have so many of my Black American friends that have gone back to countries like Ethiopia and Kenya because I personally lived there and I recommended it to them.
I'm
And
going to
every time they
Ethiopia.
come back, they're like, it was so peaceful. Everyone was so nice. The air was so fresh. The food was amazing. They don't feel like outsiders there. You should avoid the war torn areas like South Sudan, but other than that, please go.
Speed is on a tour of Africa. Many youth are learning for the first time that the continent is more than baboons and mud huts.
Is this a commercial?
American education is so fucked, bro. These niggas will teach you that this guy built the pyramids. King Channing Tatum. And the rest of Africa is just savages and loincloths. And then they develop false sciences, see eugenics, to create biological proof of inferiority. It hurts my heart. But it's a necessary part of the thievery of our gold and our diamonds to convince the world that we are inferior. Speed actually tried to purchase a diamond in Botswana, to which they replied that they're
I remember seeing that clip.
to sell their own diamonds to De Beers,
Imagine.
the British
Imagine.
mining corporation founded by Cecil Rhodes, who literally stole the land and the mines through murder and slavery, and still to this day has scholarships named after him, Rhodes Scholarships. Heard of that? It's some George Washington shit. George Washington type beat. Botswana is the top diamond producer in the world and is one of the poorest countries on earth. So Speed, like any reasonable person learning about colonial theft for the first time, it's like, that's weird. Like, I can't buy a diamond from the people that mine the diamonds? All right. But I love it though, because
I heard he's saying that Botswana is one of the poorest countries, but isn't it one of the most wealthiest countries in South Africa? I mean, in Africa, isn't it one of the most wealthiest countries in Africa, Botswana? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's one of the most wealthiest countries, right?
Because these kids, man, they're going to see the truth. Just like they saw Gaza through TikTok, now to seeing Africa in all its glory through Speed Stream. Similarly to the ICE killing of Renee Good, you can't lie about what we've seen on camera. And to Black Americans, Africans love you. They will welcome you home. This division between us, manufactured by the powers that be. They lied to us. Because when we unite, African Americans, the most culturally influential group on the planet, with Africans, the fastest growing population, and the most resources on earth, that's the only way we get free. Because all our heroes knew this shit. Malcolm X said you can't care about Mississippi without caring about what's going on in the Congo. 60 years ago, man. Don't be brainwashed into thinking we ain't one people.
I show Speed put Africa on the map. Like, what are y'all talking about? Africa been the map. All jokes aside, I think it's so sad that till this day, Americans and others still view Africa as a place of just poverty, sadness, disease, monkeys and giraffes, when Africa is and has so much more to it. But I am actually really glad that Speed decided to even do an African tour, because the reach he has, especially to the younger population, is crazy. And of course, one of those countries he decided to touch down on was Zambia. Every clip I've seen, TikTok or Instagram, because I'll be lying to you guys if I told you that I was watching the stream,
Zambia.
he has been welcomed like he's part of the furniture, like he's part of the family, like he has just been welcomed home. I love to see it. I actually wish there was just more.
Hold on, is this shorty in Zambia right now? I'm gonna have to go to Zambia, bro. I gotta check out Zambia,
glorious
y'all.
scenes going around about Africa, because Africa has always been that girl. Duh.
So, who the hell is I Show Speed when he's at home? First and foremost, he's not just another Gen Z streamer. He's one of the biggest in the world. Millions of fans, billions of views. And right now, he's touring multiple countries across Africa after literally just discovering his African roots.
Bro, is this
And
AI?
honestly, in one live stream tour, he's arguably done more for Africa's image and narrative than most tourism boards have done in decades. And in my opinion, he did it
Bruh.
right. No saving.
She looks so perfect. She look fake. Is this AI, bro?
Context, I mean, he probably helped a few orphanages, but not on camera. No flexing, no throwing dollars or rooftop tours to prove that new Africa's civilized. He did what I would do, right? Vibe with locals, ate local food, and he said it tasted
That's
great,
what I
by
do.
the way.
That's
and he
what I
danced
do.
in the streets, laughed with strangers, and learned in real time with millions watching. He didn't place himself above the culture. He immersed himself and placed himself inside
Within
it.
it.
And you
Yes,
guys,
sir.
you know that's rare. A Western figure engaging with Africa without extraction, pity, or ego. He wasn't polarizing. He wasn't puffing his chest. He was grounded, curious, open. But the real headline wasn't even that as amazing as it is. The reaction was the real headline. Watching African Americans respond, filming themselves in shock. You could literally see in real time the narrative breaking down in front of our eyes, right? All the lies about Africa being hostile, unsafe, Africans being unwelcome, savages, gone. Speed was embraced not as a celebrity, but like a long lost family member. And the wildest part is he hasn't even touched Ghana or Nigeria yet. The streets are definitely already waiting, and that shift from curiosity.
That's the crazy part, bro. Bro ain't even touched down in Ghana or Nigeria yet. And I'm excited for those streams. Those are the next two streams I'm excited for. Nigeria and Ghana. I can't wait till he gets to those two countries.
Connection is going to be wild, right? I mean, is this emotional? Yes, but it's also economic. You know, I'd love that part. Tourism makes up the majority part of Africa's economy, but over 60% of it comes from Africans traveling within Africa. The diaspora hasn't really showed up yet beyond partying, not because the continent isn't beautiful or the people, but because branding never matched reality. Western media spent decades pushing anti-African narratives.
This is
And
definitely
the cost
AI,
has been
y'all.
real, right? Perception drives behavior. Behavior drives businesses. Business builds futures. Just look at Ghana's year of return, for example. Over 1 million visitors, an estimated $1.9 billion in tourism revenue. In Nigeria, Lagos alone pulled in 111 billion naira, which is like, I think, give or take $71 million at that time during dirty December 2024. And across the continent, travel and tourism could hit $350 billion by 2033. But that's not guaranteed. It depends on ownership, infrastructure, and storytelling. That's what I advocate for, both as a strategist and as Visit Nigeria's ambassador. And guys, two things can be true. Yes, some countries still face insecurity and weak systems, but they're still worthy of investment. Governments don't just clap, fund it. But don't forget your own creators. Invest in your local storytellers. Build their platforms. When you do, global voices will follow through collaboration, not extraction. Africa's biggest rebrand might have just been streamlined.
Greetings, how you guys doing today? I just saw this wonderful video of Show Speed in Ethiopia and in Africa. Actually, I was
Hey, I'm checking out more
really looking
Ethiopian
at these
clips, y'all.
videos and enjoying
I gotta
them
check
for
out
what
more.
they are. And this young man, he's making history, and I think nobody's reporting it, like in the media sense in the United States. But what he's doing is incredible. It's incredible because he's capturing the real feeling, the interaction with African people. And as you already know, especially for our African American brothers and sisters, there is this stereotype that Africa do not like black people from America, or they don't welcome them. Like, it's the most absurd and
Why was that a
shocking
thing,
and
y'all?
unfounded lie.
I remember hearing
That's
that all the time as well. Like, why was that even a thing? I remember hearing stuff like that. Like, Africans don't really like black people in America and stuff like that.
Treated in order to keep us from inviting people from America, especially black people, to come and invest and use the resources, live there, retire. Africa is a heaven. It is actually have a lot of great things to offer for our African American brothers. And then African American brothers and sisters have trillions of dollars of buying power. And imagine when you find that beautiful continent that welcome you and accept you and have that kind of money to invest, it's going to make a real huge difference in the world. And that's why they perpetrated all these hates and all these tales that have unfounded, as if like African Americans are not welcomed in Africa. So countries try to change that stereotype for a long time. For example, Ghana,
Yeah.
do like a diaspora land. Like if you're an African American and go to Ghana, they will give you a land and welcome you. And every different country.
I go to Ghana, they gonna give me some land?
Do extra things just to welcome people from United States. First, because African Americans are Africans, and they have a right to live in and to flourish in Africa just like anybody else. But right now, there are a lot of people who are not African Americans or coming and investing in Africa, but telling this story to African Americans as if they're not going to come to keep them away from Africa, from the land. And I did many interviews for many years, and I talked about how important this is, how important it is for African Americans to know that Africa is welcoming them and giving them an opportunity to come and claim their ancestors' land and actually use their knowledge, their talent, the talent and the knowledge and the skills that actually change the world to come home to Africa. And really, like, it's really, it always pains me when I go to Africa and see it, and I said, oh my God, I wish they knew. I wish they knew how great Africa is, what kind of opportunity that we have.
I be
here.
saying that all the time, bro.
And now,
I be wishing my people back. Like, I just wish they knew. Like, they know it's nice, but they not here to really experience it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? They not trying to live here, bruh. If they only knew, bruh.
Young guy from Cincinnati.
I can only say so much until they actually, you know what I'm saying, want to come and experience and invest. You know what I'm saying? I can only say so much, bruh.
Ohio break the dam, and he basically showing the world to African Americans how much Africans love African Americans, how much you're welcoming them. This is not scripted. This is not by design. He's walking in the street and meet people, hugging them and kissing them and touching them, and they just like, yeah, I know that touch is always associated to something bad here, but in Africa, it's not. People actually come and say hello to you. They give you, a high five. They hug you, and they also give you what they feel exactly. That there is no fakeness there. It's really incredible.
It's real,
to
genuine
experience when you go there. I'm just saying that this young man showed the world how much African Americans are welcomed in Africa, how much they're loved in Africa. And I hope he also showed a lot of another great things, which is how beautiful Africa is. And like I remember him talking about before he left to Africa, saying like, do they have internet? Do they have Wi-Fi? And now like he don't even have any problem. I actually goes to Africa and I'm like, what is going on here? Like Africa is growing fast. It's growing fast, and it's incredible. The weather is incredible.
Fast,
The land is
y'all.
beautiful. The people are beautiful and kind, and
Emphasis
nice.
on the fast,
So
bro.
why not give it a try? Next time you travel to another part of the world, go to Africa. Take your family and show them the land, and you might also fall in love just like I show water, because Africa's welcoming. Africa is great. And I'm from Ethiopia originally, and I saw some videos today that I'm pretty much sure people are not translating it right. For example, when he's wearing these monkey hair things, and he said monkey tribes or something like that. The guy said something like one person say something like that. In a video that I saw, I was just laughing because these are the war strategies. It depends when they fight against colonialists, they use different strategies like that to like basically camouflage themselves when they fight. And these are cultural things. The people you see in there dancing, they're from Oromo tribe, and they Oromo nation. They're like really. That's how they show their strengths. They're known for their cavalry. When the Italians come, they fight. And then when he passed and moved from that, and they start seeing the young ladies like screaming, and the guys were yelling at him. That is called fukara. It's an Amharic term. It's a culture of an Amhara, which is to basically flex yourself to go to war. And that's what they're doing. They're inviting him to have shown him that he's part of the culture. And so when she say, who the hell are you? That is not a negative term. It is actually for him to say, I show speed, I'm here with you. He didn't know the culture. He didn't do that. But that's what she was doing. It is actually a show of love and respect. And it's a great honor for him to do that. And we lived with this, like the design I wear, which I designed myself. It's the same thing he have right now. The hair and the shield and the horse, the cavalries. This is a culture that lived for many, many years. And there is a lot you can uncover in Ethiopia. There are a lot of tribes, there are a lot of different culture, beautiful dance. And I see him dancing Tigrinya, I see him dancing Amharic, I see him dancing Oromia. And all of these, it shows you the tapestry of what Ethiopia is, what Africa is. And when he was with Maasai and all of that. And the other very interesting thing is his exposure to these countries is incredible. Like in Ethiopia, he have like 47 million people tuned in Africa, and in Kenya with like 46 million. And
Didn't Morocco get to like 400 some thousand?
Continues.
Morocco got to like 400
is
some
incredible. And showing the world what Africa really is. The landscape, the beauty, like people are not throwing spears and stones anymore. People have freeways and the skyscrapers and amazing airports, great pilots. Remember when
Hey,
that
I'm gonna have to take
incident
Ethiopian
happened, you're like,
Airways.
are you sure you want to fly with a black pilot? Ethiopian Airlines has all black people in there, the top airlines in the world, and the number one African.
That's what I've been hearing, y'all.
Flight and planes. They're also the great customers of Boeing, which helps us here too. So basically, this young man is not only showing Africa, he's actually breaking the chain of ignorance, continuously showing what people are. I have many videos that I watched on TikTok. People are like, nobody told me what this is Africa. But that's what Africa is. Of course, you go to Africa, you find rural areas. Of course, you go and find Africa, you find places that have problems. But every country have them. And I think for anyone,
even the US, bro,
go invest in Africa. And I remember last time in 2019 when I went back to Africa, I ran into an NBA player, D West. He used to be playing for Warriors, and I think he also a champion, great guy. He was telling me about investing. He was telling me that he's investing in Africa for water, for solar energy and things like that. That's what we need. We
Ooh,
need
what player did
people
he say,
that
y'all?
African Americans to have money and wealth, go and work with the governments in Africa and invest and be like Aisha Water. Africa is welcoming you.
Why does he keep calling him Ice Show Water?
Peace.
Why he keep calling him Ice Show Water, y'all? I thought I was tripping the first time I heard it. He called him it again. Look, man, comment down below y'all thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's good to see, you know what I'm saying, black people. Like, speed is really opening eyes, bro. And it's really dope to see. I know I've reacted to a lot of these videos, but more and more people, more and more reactions. It's really dope, man. It's really dope. But comment down below y'all thoughts. Look, y'all. 2 more subs, we're gonna get to 98,000. That's crazy, man. Hit that sub button if you do. Like the video. Stay tuned for next one, y'all. Peace.